Bow wow. Okay.
Welcome back to that show. Spring Yard Zone, Act 2.
We're still trying to get rings. We need a lot.
You gotta get money, you gotta get points.
Unsurprisingly, we didn't get an emerald last time. So can you kill these guys?
No, unless you are.
Oh yeah, because you don't have your what's
There's
it
no
called?
spin dash.
Spin dash, that's right. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons I like this game more is because
Really?
you can't use spin dash. However, if you're running and you hold down, you roll,
Oh, that's right. Yes.
which can become useful.
It's still very weird, like Sonic without spin dash. Very odd.
Yeah, because it's the only game where it's not involved. So when you play Sonic Generations and you do Greenhouse Zone, you can spin dash. It's
Yeah,
like, well,
Blaze all the way through it.
yeah.
Easy. Oh look, he's not happy now.
Come on, mate.
That was it. He's like, hurry up.
I believe this is South Island we're on.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. That's
Yeah.
a bit of foreshadowing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The South Island.
There's invincibility here.
Quite a big deal later on, isn't it?
Right, 30 rings. We need 20 more, and then we need to survive the level. Not going down there.
It's Is there like a reason? Like, is there a reason explained in the manual why Dr. Robotnik does what he does?
Probably just wants to take over the world.
Is that it? Yeah. And also, like, why is he using animals as like
Animals are easy to manipulate.
to manipulate as like
Animal torture.
robots? Well, I mean, why doesn't he just make a robot? Why does he need an animal in it? You know? Yeah, these things are in every game, and they make that noise. They all make that noise.
Look at that shield.
Like, pick up, like, listen to that noise when you pick up a ring, right? That's been in every Sonic game since 1991.
It's iconic.
It's insane. Like, that's 25 years that noise has been in use.
Yeah. I also
Crazy.
believe Sonic is a lighter shade of blue in this game because in Greenhouse Zone you blend in with the sky background.
Really? That's
Yeah.
quite interesting. Well, Greenhouse Zone comes back, doesn't it? Because it was that popular.
Yeah. In fact, it's standard for the first game. It's like Mario. The first Mario level will be like
Grass.
grass.
Gas world, yeah. Or like plains or whatever. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. And after in Sonic 2 it's Emerald Zone, and then it's Angel Island Zone, and then it's Mushroom Hill Zone. These are all the first zones in these Sonic games.
Yeah, that's right.
So
But like, recently in Sonic games they started doing like, in the 3D ones it was always like a city would be the first
yeah.
one.
That see, this is the problem that I have. Again, we're gonna yes, honey things. Woo! I'm gonna try and stay away from being negative about Sonic, but I believe the reason I don't like going back to Sonic Adventure or even Sonic Unleashed is because the levels are great, but it's getting to the levels and I feel it's unnecessary. Like, see this game, I don't need to go to the store and buy shoes or to get an upgrade or to speak to people. I just want to play the game.
Not just that, but even from like my memories of Adventure 2, which I did actually really like, there was a lot of faff. Like, the Sonic levels were really fun and like actually like quite well designed, I thought. But it's just like you had to faff about with Knuckles, and there was like Tails things when he was in like a mecha, and it was just like, why? Like, I don't want this. You know what I mean? I don't want to play like Knuckles burying in the ground getting emeralds. I don't want
Just
that.
want to go fast.
Yeah, I want to play Sonic the flipping Hedgehog.
The only
Man.
reason I can think of is they wanted. I don't like Sonic being in a human environment. I just don't.
Yeah,
He
it's
doesn't.
very weird, isn't it? I don't know why they chose to like have Sonic like interact with like anime people and like another thing I don't get is like, why is the storyline in Sonic like so like serious and like take itself so seriously? I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
so-
game. It's a game about a hedgehog, for God's sake.
If you look, it should just be. I think sticking to the formula is fine. Which is, you know, Dr. Robotnik's the bad guy, and
Yeah.
like the set.
I mean, like Sonic 06, I think was like the nadir. It was like the point where
they were trying to do something.
yeah, I mean, like there's like a love interest that's like a person,
Yeah.
and he's like a hedgehog. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? I mean, like, surely somebody in Sega must have gone, like, we can't have a human person fancy a cartoon Hedgehog, it's just weird. Do you know what I mean?
You know how we're talking about there's a divide between the fans, and you're saying nostalgia?
Yeah.
I say it's because there was two teams of Sega, and they both had two different views on how Sonic should be. And
there's two different fans. There's the Genesis fans, and then there's the Mega Drive kind of.
There's no
the Dreamcast kind of fans.
There isn't consistency.
Yeah.
There were two cartoons. I'm sure there's more, but there's the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And there was Sonic Underground.
That's right.
And then
but there's the Sonic the Hedgehog comics as well. The Archie comics are really apparently they're really good comics. But I think like loads of people who are fans of like Sonic like the comics. But like it's not necessary. Do you know what I mean? Like a comic, of course, has to have a story, even if it is like a bit sort of like taking itself a bit too seriously for what it is. Because it's a comic, like there needs to be a narrative. But it doesn't need to be a narrative in this. I'm just collecting rings and running about the place.
Oh,
you know?
Thank you, Sega, for putting that there.
That was nice, yeah. Is that a bottomless pit there?
Yeah.
Oh god.
This is the boss coming up.
Would you say this is the first hard stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Marble Zone can be hard because there's still a lot of hazards. There's only 2 zones in this game where there's lip-de-lips, and you know lip-de-lips are like
really. That's mental.
This is the hard boss because here we go. Here's bad.
Lip-de-lips are so iconic.
Yeah. But again, you don't want to overdo it, and that's why the lip-de-lips are so sweet because they're not there all the time.
Still, at the time, like they were incredible. Like the lip-de-lips blew people's minds. Yeah, definitely. And not just that, but like the speed Sonic traversed. Like you literally, that was like the big selling point for the Genesis, because all the adverts said like, oh, you couldn't do this in a SNES.
Yeah. Which
I'm not sure was entirely true, but like.
And I don't even think the color. I think they were just smart with their choice of the color palette. I don't think the Sega had that great color system compared to the SNES, but they used
it well on this. Definitely.
So as you can see, that boss, he was just. This put a lot of pressure on my child mind because he would remove the arena. Yeah. So if you weren't quick enough, you would die, and that thought was so scary that you panic and you would muck up because he comes down at you and you have to go around and jump on him. And
does he only move it from the middle 3 though?
No, it depends where you're standing.
Oh right, so did you actually get him to do those ones?
And again, the pressure because he's following you, he's looking for you. Right. He's not like got a select pattern.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome to Water Zone 1.
Whoa. Oh, listen to this guitar. Just that slap bass.
Wow. This was meant to be Zone 2.
Was it really?
Straight after Green Hill Zone, which I'm glad they did not do because
it's hard.
This is a hard level.
I remember these drill enemies are in the cartoon, aren't they?
Yeah, in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
What about the bird? Is the bird in it? I can't remember the name of them. No, like there's like a bird robot and then there's that drill guy. I remember the cartoon. I remember that very well. I think I've actually got more nostalgia for the cartoon than I have the game. I think I'm
maybe playing the wrong game.
Maybe I thought that Sonic the Hedgehog was a cartoon first and then a game when I was a kid. I don't know. Weird how that works.
If you see air bubbles, just wait and get them. Don't skip them because you'll skip them and you hear the awful tune. The tune that will. The ultimate alarm clock.
Yeah, we're not gonna have it. It does genuinely make you very anxious. You know. It's like the soundtrack to a panic attack. That's how I'd describe it. It's nice that like that air bubble noise is one of those gaming noises that whenever people hear it, they like breathe in a sigh of relief. You know what I mean? It's like oh yes, oxygen, precious air.
Oh, I think there's a. I don't know if it's here, but there is a secret in this level.
All right, okay. I think when I was a kid, I always
here it is.
Oh,
got it. You want to go back up here?
Right.
Is that up here? Yeah, and this block appears.
Oh, right.
And you skip a lot of the level.
Wow, man.
Because directly below me are dead spikes. What would happen is when you get hit, you flash. But if you get hit from spikes and you fall into more spikes, instant death.
Oh god, right, okay.
So yeah.
I'm really interested in like these like murals. Like there's like a pig face and like a sort of screaming octopus.
See, this is more interesting than a city.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a difficult.
I don't think you can do anything to stop that.
It's a difficult It's a difficult stage because you got to deal with like this new physics all of a sudden. Like.
Do you see what I mean by struggling with getting enough rings?
Yeah.
Chaos Emerald?
Yeah, I see what you mean. We just need 2 more, so.
Yeah. I think I'll get them in the next zone, which is my favorite zone of all time.
Is it?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think you're gonna love it.
Okay. Okay.
See, not a long level because I used the secret.
That's true.
Yeah. We will meet you in Act 2 of Labyrinth Zone.